Today I want to come out here and speak on this word love. I feel like love can be used to describe a lot of different things. For example, I can say I love pizza, and I can also say I love my mom, but even though I'm using the same word, I don't mean the same thing. I clearly don't love pizza the same amount that I love my mom. In Matthew 22:37 and 39, Jesus says, "You shall love your God with all your heart, soul, and mind." And in 39, he says, "You shall love your neighbor as yourself." So, if you don't know, the New Testament was originally written in Greek. And the Greek word for love in this context is agape. And that's what I want to talk about in this video. So, if we again look at these two verses and we replace the word love with agape, it would be, "You shall agape the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. You shall agape your neighbor as yourself." So this word agape is selfless and unconditional love. That is what the dictionary definition is. One thing about agape love is it does not involve feelings, but it is strictly action-based love. You may feel like doing something else. You may not feel like taking that action of love towards the person or towards God, but you still take it out of selflessness and not trying to gain anything from it. Agape love has nothing to do with gaining, but it is strictly about giving for the other person's benefit and not yourself. So when you're talking about loving God with all your heart, soul, and mind, having agape for God with all your heart, soul, and mind, everything that you do for God is not to gain favor from Him, to gain blessings from Him, but is out of love for Him. It's out of just wanting to do it for Him without needing to gain anything back. When we talk about having agape love for others, it's taking actions of sacrifice, of, knowing that it won't benefit you, but it will benefit the other person, and that being your only motivation. In 1 John 4:8, when the Apostle John is describing God, he says God is love. And again, the word he uses there is agape. So when you're talking about the nature of God, it is agape, a selfless, unconditional love that seeks to gain nothing. In 1 Corinthians 3:4-8, the Apostle Paul gives us a great explanation of what agape love is. And it says, "Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoings, but it rejoices with truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends." When Jesus calls us to love Him with all our heart, soul, and mind, He calls us to glorify Him in all that we do without seeking anything from Him, because He's given us everything that we need. His blood that cleanses our sins, and His sacrifice that saves our soul.